Hey there folks, in this video I'm going to try and build a game engine using Remy. So we're going one level above just a game. We're actually going to build a platform that lets people create their own games using Remy. So let's see if we can get Remy to build something for us. When we go to Remy, you can see we can build all kinds of different apps just by clicking on this, any of these buttons, or we can type into this chat window here. And in the chat window, there's a little secret. If you use the backtick key, you can actually just use a voice command in order to prompt Remy. So let's go ahead and try and prompt Remy here to build a game engine for us. Build a 2D game engine in the browser with a sprite renderer, tile-based maps, a collision detection system, and a physics system. Include a playable platformer demo with a character that can run and jump. And it's going to take that voice prompt and it's going to begin thinking about how to actually build something like this. This is the app idea. It might ask us a few questions to gather more context for the app build, and we can respond to those questions either by clicking on the answers or by using the voice commands. And so I'm going to try to build the whole thing using only voice commands. So here it's asking what the primary goal is here. The primary goal is to build the game engine itself. We want a reusable game engine library with clean APIs that could power different types of games. The platformer is just a demo. However, the platformer game for the demo should still be fun. What visual style are we going for? We want to use a modern pixel art style. It should be reminiscent of the retro pixel art style and should still feel nostalgic. However, the modern pixel art style is going to utilize much more richer colors, lighting effects, particles. So think like neo-retro style. Rendering approach, Canvas 2D, WebGL. You pick whatever you think is best for the rendering approach. How deep should the physics system go? Let's start with just the platformer essentials, but I want you to architect it in a way that we can expand on this when we want to add more systems into our engine. What should the demo level feel like? It should feel like a short obstacle course. Think of like a Mario style level or like level 1-1 on Super Mario Bros. It should be very simple. And perhaps we can have a couple of different levels that look like they're community sourced. Do you want a level map editor? Yes, a visual tile map editor is essential for this. We want to enable anyone to create their own levels and create their own character sprite sheets and things like that. So this needs to be completely customizable for each individual who signs into the platform. In addition to creating the engine itself, we also want to create an experience where people can share the levels that they create. So we basically want a homepage that features a feed of different levels or different games that people have created. And then we also want the ability to share the level with somebody else just via a direct link. Okay. You can see that it has a bunch of contextual information now. We've gone through, we have answered every question step by step. It's now going to think about all of the stuff that we've given it. And pretty soon we will be able to see it start to invoke some new agents here. So you can see that the first agent has been kicked off for a run, and this is the design agent. So you can see Remy dispatch the design agent, so Remy to the design agent, and then the design agent is going to go in and is going to think about the design system and the overall brand of this particular app that we're building. And so as Remy begins to use these agents, I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to the different parts that are interesting as Remy continues to build. I just kind of want to document everything for you, highlight what's cool, and then show you the final result. Okay, really quick, I want to show you something that's really cool. The design agent just finished, and you can see that this is the first variant of the brand direction that it created for us. So here's the brand direction: Neo Retro Creative Tool, the core design principle, CRT warmth on modern glass. I love that. It also came up with a color palette for us. You can see we have the dark black, kind of like a dark bluish black, bright green and red, and a kind of creamy bone kind of white. And then it has also the typography selection. So typography for displays and sections, and a monospaced font, and when to use these typographies. It also has our logo. So this is the logo that it generated for us. So that looks pretty cool. And there's this thing called the glow principle. Single most important visual motif: elements that emit light, not just display color. When phosphor green appears, it should feel like it's casting light into its surroundings. Oh, interesting. Okay. And then also it's going to incorporate some CRT scanline effects for game thumbnails, and has notes on the card system and all of the UI architecture that is involved in our app here, as well as some animation notes. So a bunch of contextual information that Remy is going to use in order to build out our app. So this is what the design agent sent back to Remy after doing all of this thinking. Jumping back in, we can see that the design agent has updated some stuff since we last checked in. So here's the app icon, and you can see that it's changed the app icon just a little bit, but it still looks really cool. Here's Pixel Forge. This is our Open Graph Share image. It looks awesome. And there's a bunch of lockup guidance and things like that. So this was a prompt to the design agent to generate an app icon and share icon. Additionally, it finished creating the entire spec of our app. And this is where our entire app lives, right? Everything is just a spec. And this is an editable document, meaning we can revise parts of our spec. We need to review the whole thing. Each part of the spec is also annotated. So there are annotations that showcase like more technical thinking about how we think about building these additional features. So for example, users says auth via email verification code. There we go. That's just a note on users themselves. So all of this is directly editable, and then Remy will take any edits that we make and apply them to, choices that it makes down the line. And if we update the spec after the thing is built, it will actually go through and verify inside the code that it generates whether it matches that spec document or not. We also have specs on the colors themselves, which is nice. We have the typography that it has selected. So here we have Clash Display and Satoshi and JetBrains Mono. We have notes on the visual identity. This is kind of the stuff that we saw a bit earlier with the glow principle and the CRT scanline effect. We have notes on voice and terminology. So Pixel Forge speaks like a sharp creative friend who happens to know a lot about game development. Confident but not too cocky. There you go. And then finally, there's a spec on the web interface. So that includes all of the different routes, how the navigation works, how there's a community feed with a hero section, there are individual level pages, there's a sidebar, there's touch controls, all of these things it has thought out, right? And when we're ready to start building, it's basically asking us, can we build this here at the bottom left? And in the chat, it's giving us like the spec at a glance, the engine, the editor, the community. Key assumptions it made: auth is email only, editor is desktop only for the MVP, no enemies, collectibles, or win conditions for the first version, levels don't have a win condition yet, players explore freely, goals and challenges are natural roadmap items, and design direction is the CRT stuff that we saw. Here's the icons, and we can have it start building. So let's go ahead and click on Build Now and see what it generates. And once I click on build now, it's going to kick off and dispatch several other types of agents. So this is actually my favorite part, is just watching Remy bring this whole thing to life via a few voice prompts. And so we'll be able to see in just a couple of seconds different agents that it is consulting in order to get back more contextual information as it begins building things out. So it's time to build. It has consulted the architecture agent. This is the agent that allows us to think through the technical architecture of this application. So you have some notes on the back end and the front end, and it's going to do its thinking. And then it's going to consult the design agent several times. We're about to build the Pixel Forge front end. We need level cards and the editor toolbar and like all these different components. And so as it continues building out, it's going to dispatch specific tasks to these agents and think through each problem that it encounters at any given time. So again, I'm just gonna let it do its thing. We're gonna skip ahead, and I'm just gonna highlight cool stuff that happens as it is building out this game engine. Check out how it created a kind of like a demo, like a simulation of this verification code screen. And you can actually, use it and type stuff in and reset it, right? So it's pretty neat how it went and designed these like little pieces, right? Here's like a demo of the playtester, right? Here's our playtesting space here. Here's a demo of the editor, right? Where we can click on different items and undo and redo and zoom in and things like that. All of these little elements. This is a demo of the card element that the design agent designed. It's just really cool to kind of see these agents at work. It's really impressive what they're able to generate and what Remy's able to orchestrate on its own. Okay, I want to highlight something really quick. So this is me, no hands. Remy is going through, scrolling, and was just taking some screenshots. It's testing things out on its own. It's using these different testing methods. It's able to actually go in to its own dev server, open up the browser, and verify that everything is working. Click on things, take screenshots, and it will send those screenshots over either to the design agent or to write some code or fix things that don't look right. It's super cool to watch it work. Okay, here's one more time. I was about to stop, but it actually started one more time. Oh, wow. So it's scrolling through. It was building its level, it looked like. Took screenshots of the whole thing. So it just finished building for us, and you can see that it worked in and moved us over to the preview mode here. And you can see the preview on desktop, on mobile. You can see it in full screen mode. And we can actually use this. We can open this up in a new tab. We can start playing around with it. So why don't we take a look? And additionally, all of these tabs are now made available to us. So we could take a look at the spec. And what I really like about the spec is this is all the stuff that we saw at the beginning, but at the very top, there's actually this roadmap, and the roadmap has suggestions for different things that we can build out. For example, win conditions and collectibles might be the next thing that we end up building. And then later we can see death heat maps and have an AI playtester and all of these different things that we can add into our app here. So if we go back to the preview, we can open this up in a new tab. So I'm going to open up this app in a new tab, and we can test this out. So let's take a look. I'm going to first play a game. Let's see what the sample game looked like. So if we click on the play button, we can see here, oh nice, we have some physics. Okay, awesome. Looks super cool. Love it. And obviously there's, no win conditions or anything, but the fact that it's able to make this engine, the physics look pretty incredible. It actually reminds me of this game Super Meat Boy, which is kind of cool. And if we go back to Pixel Forge and we click on Start Creating, we can test out account creation. So we'll put in an email address. There we go. And it's supposed to send a magic code. So let's go ahead and check our email and see if that magic code was indeed sent to us. Nice, and we got a code here. I'm going to copy that, paste it in. Whoops. Let's see here. We'll copy this and we will paste that in. Oh, let's try typing it in. There we go. So now we can see if the level creator works, and you can see how the design elements all come into play. There's our logo, here's the level creator, and if we click on the level creator, we are taken to this pixel editor, which is awesome. There's a bunch of layers here, which is super cool. You could make the background and the foreground and the main level. So let's go ahead and make the main level. Perfect. Awesome. And we're going to add some blocks. There we go. And let's finish adding some grassland here. Okay, looks very good. What is this? Oh, you can make the, oh, nice. You can make the whole background. Can you go back? Oh, very cool. Nice. This is super cool. And I'm not sure what this control does, but that, oh, it's the spawn point. Okay, so we added the spawn point here. There we go. We can also choose whether we are a cave or a castle theme. There's our palette here, so that's very neat. Awesome. And we can continue adding to this and we can play test it. So there we go. There's our play test area. And that is our level creator. So this is a really awesome start. And this was all done with one shot, essentially. We can also publish our level here. So if we click on the publish button, now we should be able to see the untitled level appear here. So there's my untitled level by Anonymous. We might also want to add some account management so we can see different usernames and things like that. So just a couple of ideas to keep us building. But the fact that it was able to make all of this with one shot is pretty incredible. So if you have anything that you'd like us to build, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, we're going to keep making more build videos and we're going to be building all kinds of different apps with Remy. Thank you so much for watching, and